I'm really glad this person mentioned this because I'm actually surprised nobody's ever mentioned this in the last year or said this before. I'm sure people have thought it, but the question is I always thought of the south of France as like an expensive place to live. I think of yachts and mansions, true? So that is definitely an element of here. I mean, you're close to Monaco and Ez and the Côte d'Azur. I mean, relative to France, the country, it is relatively an expensive place to live. Okay, there's other expensive places in France, but this is definitely one of the more expensive places. That's not relative to the United States. That's relative to France. But that does not mean that absolutely it is cheaper than a lot of places in like Boston, New York, California, where we were, San Francisco, LA. Those places are even more expensive. So it just depends. Life is relative. And so, but it's also true that here in the south of France, you have all like everybody. We know like just lots of regular folks who are just, the equivalent of like what we would say like blue collar, because it takes all types of economic strata of people to make a society function. So you've got just normal people. We've got, I know students, I know people who are single on a very limited salary. I know, working families that have like businesses or jobs or whatever, just like scrapping to get by. They live here. And yes, it can be challenging for some of those people. And then there's like crazy money. Like there's like Russian oligarchs and there's like mega yachts in the harbor. And if you go to Monaco, it's even crazier. So there is like massive wealth here, but integrated with normal people as well. It's not all massive wealth. It's not like going to Newport Beach, California or someplace like that. Because sometimes people make a comparison between Southern California. I'm not even going to address the fires right now. It's horrible. I'm just like, think pre-fire, right? And Pacific Palisades would be another place. It's just, when it's not completely razed to the ground, what you would have thought of about just those very, very rich, 90210, like whatever, zip codes like that, where it's like everybody's wealthy there. Okay, La Jolla, I could keep going on. It's a mixture, right? Because Nice is a city of 500,000 people, and there's all kinds of neighborhoods. There's low rent neighborhoods, and there's high, there's the nicer neighborhoods like the Carré d'Or and other places, and then it's all mixed. And then the other cities that are outside of it, the other towns that are outside of it are some of them are like more normal and some of them are very expensive. There's towns with like a lot of retirees like Menton, which is right close to the Italian border. So anyway, don't think of it as 100% like that. It is a mix, and you can find different neighborhoods with different costs for apartments and houses and things like that. So yeah, there's a variety here, and I just want to make sure people understand that and they don't think it's all one thing. Like all places on earth, the more desirable a place is in terms of weather and services and other things, the more expensive it is. So that never changes.